The winds of change are blowing across the vast landscape of Western Canada. From the snow-capped peaks of British Columbia to the open fields of Saskatchewan, a sense of political unrest is quietly building, one that could reshape the very fabric of the nation. In recent months, tensions between Ottawa and the western provinces have taken a dramatic turn. The relationship, already strained by years of disagreements over energy policy, equalization payments, and federal regulations, now faces a critical tipping point. Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba, and British Columbia, four of Canada's most resource-rich provinces, are increasingly questioning whether their futures truly lie within the current federal framework. It's not just about money, pipelines, or even politics anymore. It's about identity, autonomy, and whether the Western voice is being drowned out in the corridors of power back east. Prime Minister Mark Carney has attempted to calm the storm. In multiple speeches, he's spoken of unity, collaboration, and a shared Canadian vision. But critics argue those words ring hollow in the West, where many feel their concerns are not only ignored but dismissed. Some observers have described the mood as beyond frustration. It's now deeply rooted disillusionment. Take Alberta, for example, long considered the economic engine of the country. Thanks to its oil and gas sector, Alberta has clashed repeatedly with Ottawa over environmental mandates and federal oversight. Premier Danielle has been outspoken, calling the federal government's green transition plan economically reckless and deliberately harmful to Alberta's core industries. She's even hinted, carefully without confirming, that Alberta must explore every possible option to protect its prosperity and its people. Saskatchewan has followed a parallel path. Premier Scott Moe recently issued a statement saying that the province has reached its breaking point with Ottawa's interference in provincial jurisdiction. While stopping short of calling for separation, he stressed the need for unprecedented action if Saskatchewan is to chart its own future. Some analysts interpreted his remark as code for greater autonomy, or perhaps even a broader provincial realignment. British Columbia's stance has been more complex. While historically more aligned with national liberal values, recent economic disputes have shifted that equilibrium. The forestry sector, port workers, and even some in the green tech industries are starting to question the benefits of federal policies they see as disconnected from on-the-ground realities. A new BC grassroots movement, calling itself Coastal Sovereignty Now, has been gaining traction, arguing that BC should have the final say on economic and environmental matters that affect its citizens. Manitoba, often considered the political bridge between East and West, is now showing signs of tipping westward. Its premier has remained cautious, publicly urging dialogue, but privately, some insiders suggest, warming the idea of aligning with other western provinces if Ottawa continues what they describe as centralized overreach. In a recent interview, one former Manitoba cabinet minister claimed, "There is more chatter than ever about realignment. Conversations that were taboo a decade ago are now happening in government backrooms." Polls across the West are revealing surprising numbers. According to several unofficial surveys circulated in late June, more than 40% of respondents across the four provinces said that they would support a new national arrangement, whatever that may mean. In Alberta and Saskatchewan, those numbers reportedly climb even higher. While national polling firms have not confirmed these figures, the internal data has sparked intense speculation in political circles. One conservative strategist in Calgary was quoted anonymously as saying, "This is no longer a fringe movement. This is a mainstream discussion. And if the federal government doesn't adjust its tone, it could push the West further than anyone expected." To be clear, no official declaration of separation have been made. No formal referendums announced. No binding documents signed. Yet the growing alignment between these four provinces is undeniable. Alberta and Saskatchewan have held multiple closed-door meetings on interprovincial coordination. some focusing on trade, some on energy, and others reportedly on matters of self-determination. Even the language used by provincial leaders has changed. The phrase Canadian unity has quietly been replaced by terms like provincial rights, regional priorities, and constitutional flexibility. A shift in tone, subtle but significant. The federal government, for its part, has doubled down on its stance. Prime Minister Carney has dismissed speculation of Western alienation as overblown rhetoric, insisting that his administration is committed to fairness for all provinces. However, even his closest allies are reportedly worried about the optics. With federal-provincial relations already fraying, any misstep could escalate the situation dramatically. In Parliament, opposition leaders have seized the opportunity to criticize Carney government, accusing it of neglecting the West and fostering division. Some have even called for a national conference on federal reform, though so far no such summit has been scheduled. Economically, the stakes are enormous. The four provinces in question account for a significant portion of Canada's GDP, especially in energy, agriculture, and resource exports. A breakaway, or even the suggestion of one, could trigger massive instability in markets and investor confidence. International observers, particularly in the U.S., are reportedly watching the situation closely, especially given their interest in Canadian energy supply chains. Socially, the idea of a Western nation is also beginning to filter into public discourse. While still a fringe topic in mainstream media, online platforms are buzzing with hypothetical maps, alternative flags, and imagined constitutions. Some digital influencers in the West are even posting content under hashtags like hashtag WestNation, hashtag ProRepact, and hashtag ExitNorth. But behind the scenes, pressure is mounting. Western premiers are fielding calls from business leaders, civil society groups, and even retired politicians. Some urging restraints, others advocating bold moves. The idea of a united Western bloc is no longer just coffee shop talk. It's entering boardrooms and cabinet meetings. Whether it's a new economic alliance or something even more radical, one thing is clear: Western Canada is no longer waiting quietly. The Federation is being tested like never before, and its future may depend on what happens next, before the window for unity quietly closes. And yet, for all the tension and rising speculations, there is no single event, no smoking gun that suggests a breakaway is imminent. No province has crossed the constitutional Rubicon. What we are witnessing, rather, is a slow-moving shift, an emotional and political realignment that may culminate in something unprecedented or fizzle out in another chapter of Canadian federal growing pains. Still, the undercurrents are undeniable. The West is restless, the people are asking new questions, and the answers coming out of Ottawa may no longer be enough. Canada stands at a crossroads. Will these four provinces find renewed confidence in Confederation, or will they pave a new road, one that leads away from the country they helped build? Only time will tell. Stay tuned.